when something simple is given a complex answer, clearly there's no knowledge. The art of coaching is to take something that is complex, the hammer throw, the discus throw, American football, rugby, and make it simple that people sit around the table and go, I got this. I can do that. Yeah, I got it. And your job as a coach, which is and by the way, a coach is a carriage with four wheels that takes you from here to there, right? That's what a coach is. And if you can't explain the voyage from here to there simply, your people will be looking out the window and jumping out the doors all the time. You'll never get anybody to where you need to be. You need to make it. You need to take that complex concept, simplify it down, get on the path with them, and just make sure we stay on that path. And there's the art of coaching in a nutshell.
Yeah. With that, it's taking a simple question and giving a complex answer. I think nobody likes those people. But taking a complex question and simplifying it down, I mean, that takes skill and that takes an experience. Are there specific things that you have found that have helped you a lot in your work of taking because it sounds good to do, but simplifying something down, I mean, that's a skill, just like we were talking about stand-up comedy, like to get the essence of a joke and really hammer it down, and that's a skill that takes time. What have been some of the biggest levers or things that have helped you of working that side of the coin?
Well, first off, I think coaching, like teaching and counseling and some other things, I think it's a gift. Somebody asked me a while ago, what, when I'm at a workshop, the whole time I'm listening to you or anybody else, I'm actively in my mind figuring how to distill it and coach that myself the next week. Literally. So I think it's okay. There is a gift part of it. Okay. But the other thing that helps you a lot is to watch someone who's bad at coaching or watch someone who's bad at teaching. It actually is very helpful because you start to see these aren't a secret language. These are big issues. You can always tell an unprepared person. It's very obvious. Or someone who is in. Okay, so unprepared would be step one. And when people say I make things so simple, it was funny. The other day I was talking to Tim Anderson, and I'm nervous about these workshops, and he thinks it's hilarious that I still get nervous before workshops. Have you ever you've seen me live, haven't
Yeah.
you?
Hmm. Yep.
I'm very nervous before I start. My stomach hurts. I can't eat. I have to fast. I don't feel good. I want to go somewhere else and when I stop being nervous, then I'm going to stop doing that kind of thing because that means that I'm mailing it in,
Right.
at least for me. Okay? So I hyper prepare for workshops, hyper prepare. For coaching, I'm way over. I mean, I write books on the things I coach just to make sure I put things in the order I want to coach them in.
Right.
Okay. So when I'm watching someone do a bad job, very often the big one that flashes first is I'm unprepared. I've been at kettlebell certifications, and the person's known for a while that they're going to do the snatch, the kettlebell snatch. And then they get up there, and it's clear they haven't, we have, be sure to read your manual. Well, okay, we will, but you're supposed to be teaching us this thing. And then they start to go off, and when they start telling stories about this time they did the snatch test in the middle of the desert, chased by a rattlesnake, that's when I know they really didn't prepare. And when I see somebody's prepared, they say, okay, you got the manual, but here are the 3 keys. That's when I know someone prepped it up.
Mm.
Okay.